Good morning, everyone. Today we have new agriculture discussion series, and today's presentation is quite different from usual, and it is exciting and it is new field. We'll be discussing about RNAi interference, and it is a new technique how genes are silenced or upregulated in in laboratory conditions. So it has been used in several fields, but today we'll be talking about the basics of RNAi, how it works, and where it can be used in a pulse context. Today's presenter is a MS scholar, master's student scholar, and she is affiliated to the Department of Plant Breeding and Genetics in Institute of Agriculture and Animal Science, Tribhuvan University. She is closer to the completion of her master's degree, and soon she will either join a job or go to take PhD courses. So we want to hear what RNAi and what can be done with it in Nepal's context or in the global context. With this, I want to request our speaker for today. She is Pritika Neupane. Pritika, you are welcome. And if I missed some introduction, you may add and then go to your presentation.
Thank you, sir. Hello, everyone, and good morning. Welcome to this agriculture discussion series. It's me, Pritika Neupane.
Okay.
From Department of Plant Breeding and Genetics in IASTU. Today, my discussion topic is RNAi, which stands for RNA interference. Let's get started. Before getting into the topic, I want to explain about the central dogma of molecular biology. As we all know, the information in our body is encoded in the DNA, which is double-stranded structure and which is transcribed finally to the RNA, which is the single-stranded molecules. And through the process called the translations, it forms the amino acid chains, which unfolding forms the protein, which ultimately govern the characters or shows the phenotype in the living beings. So this is the basic of the molecular biology. And talking about the RNAi, RNAi is actually the double-stranded RNA. Usually RNA are single-stranded, but the RNAi use double-stranded RNA because of the complementary base pairing within the RNA molecules. It's processed to form 21 to 25 nucleotide long RNA with the 3' overhang for the RIX action. RIX is actually the RNA-induced silencing complex. It's very necessary for this RNA activity. And what does I stand for? It's for interference. It interferes with the expression of mRNA. So no mRNA is formed, or it will be degraded. So the silencing of the gene, or it hindered the protein formations through the inhibition of the translation process. So the character, low expression of the character, it is also called the post-transcriptional gene silencing. So for RNAi to work, there must be the 3' overhang as shown in the figure here, and the RIX complex will only attach to this 3' overhang region of the double-stranded RNA. Talking about the discovery of this RNAi, it was a serendipitous discovery. Napoli and Jorgensen working on to increase the purple color in the petunia flowers, tried to upregulate the chalcone synthesis pathway through the introduction of the transgene. But instead of expressing the darker purple color, they saw that the offspring were white or variegated in the color as shown in the figure. So when they incorporated the foreign gene for transgene to regulate the chalcone synthesis, they saw that the exogenous gene was also suppressed, as well as the endogenous gene for the purple color in the petunia was suppressed. And this was quite surprising to the scientists, because whenever the transgene for a certain character value was incorporated, then the characters should have been enhanced, but in this character was suppressed. And this was one of the interesting field. So now comes the work of the Fire and Milo. Fire and Milo worked on the C. elegans. They tried to incorporate the sense RNA, antisense RNA, and double-stranded RNA, respectively, to the C. elegans, and saw their effect on the twitching effect of the muscles. Whenever the gene was mutated, then the C. elegans used to show the twitching effect, and the similar was in case of the double-stranded RNA. Whenever double-stranded RNA was ingested in the C. elegans, they saw that the muscles saw the twitching effect, which was also similar in the mutated gene when the gene was not functioning. So they confirmed that the double-stranded RNA will silence the gene in which they are complementary. And for this, they also received the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 2006. Before getting started with the mechanism of the RNAi, I would like to introduce certain topics. The RIX is the major component in the RNAi activity. RIX stands for the RNA-induced silencing complex. It's a macromolecule and have a lots of different components which load the double-stranded RNA and unwind the double-stranded RNA and attach the guide RNA, find the complementary pairing with the target mRNA, and finally degrade the mRNA so that the gene is silenced. So overall activity of the RNAi is through the RIX, which helps in the loading, unwinding, and complementary base pairing, and finally degrading. So the dicer is also another component important in the RNAi activity. It coats the double-stranded RNA to 21 to 25 nucleotide long, which is essential for this RNA pathway. 3' overhang is also produced by the dicer for the RNA RIX activations. Talking about the complementary, here is shown the complementary base pairing in case of the RNA. So A pair with the U and G pair with the C. For the target mRNA degradations, complementary with the antisense strand of the double-stranded RNA is required. There are various types of the RNAi. RNAi works to the different mechanisms, such as the siRNA, which stands for the small interfering RNA, shRNA, which stands for the short hairpin RNA, and miRNA, microRNA. These are the major important RNAi pathways, and others as single-stranded siRNA, single-stranded shRNA, and other small siRNA are also involved in this RNAi activity. Let's first talk about the miRNA mechanism of action. miRNA stands for the microRNA. MicroRNA are produced endogenous by the nucleus through the miRNA gene in the DNA, or through the introns also. Introns were always thought to be the junk DNA in case of the DNA, but it is now known that the intron also have a lot of function in the formation of the miRNA, which have the regulatory function. The miRNA, as shown in the figure, the double-stranded DNA will form the primary miRNA through the RNA polymerase II. Then it have the 5' A cap and the poly A tail. These are caught by the dorsa and to form the precursor miRNA in the nucleus, which is exported by the exportin 5 protein to the cytoplasm. And this pre-miRNA is again caught by the dicer, as I have already discussed, to form the double-stranded RNA, miRNA duplex, This duplex is then found by the RIX complex, which will load this double-stranded RNA and unwind it, and it will take the guide RNA, which will find complementary with the target mRNA. If there is a perfect complementarity, then the mRNA will be cleaved or it will be degraded. And if there is no perfect complementarity, if there is a partial complementarity, then the RIX, this Argonaute protein in the RIX will inhibit the translation. Now comes the shRNA. shRNA mechanism of action is quite similar with a few differences only. shRNA stands for the short hairpin RNA. It's in the shape of the hairpin, so it's called the short hairpin RNA. It's exogenously incorporated into the cells through the use of the vectors. So it has a continuous expression of the siRNA. The siRNA is exported to the cytoplasm, and then it is cleaved by the dicer to form the double-stranded RNA as shown in the figure, and this RIX complex will come and it will unwind the double-stranded RNA and find the complementary mRNA and will degrade the mRNA through the help of the Argonaute protein in the RIX complex. So quite similar mechanisms, with the differences is that it is exogenous in origin, and it the DORSA is not involved in this case as in case of the microRNA. Talking about the siRNA, it's the most common siRNA, and it stands for the small interfering RNA. It is also double-stranded, but without any loop and stem, as in the microRNA or in the shRNA. The double-stranded RNA after either cut by dicer, or it may not be caught by the dicer, it will finally load by the RIX and then find the complementary base pairing with the mRNA, and then degrade the mRNA. This is how the small interfering RNA works. Now talking about the differences in the siRNA, miRNA, and ssRNA. miRNA is endogenous in origin, whereas ssRNA and siRNA are exogenous. Perfect complementary of the guide RNA to the mRNA is required for the siRNA and shRNA, whereas this may not be case in the miRNA. So the shRNA has a long-term effect compared to siRNA and miRNA. So talking about the applications of the RNA, it's very helpful in finding the function of the gene. So in the functional genomics, it has quite a role. We can find the function of any gene through the loss of the function. Whenever we know the sequence of the gene, we can make the RNA double-stranded RNA and then see the loss of the functions. Whatever may be the loss of the functions, that is the role of that particular gene in the cells. And it can be used to silence the unwanted genes in plants and has great therapeutic role in the treatments of the various human diseases. It is the natural defense against the viral infection. Whenever the viral attack these cells, and the RNAi mechanism will be activated and it will degrade the virus, and similar in case of the jumping gene also, so that there is a stability in the genome. And talking about the potential of the RNAi, it has the enormous potential. Every unwanted gene can be silenced through the manufacture of the double-stranded RNA complementary to the target mRNA. And in 2013, Fortune magazine announced the discovery of the RNAi as a biotech's billion-dollar breakthrough because of its high potential. But there are also a lot of challenges of using RNAi. It may be such as off-target effect, toxicity of the excipient, means whatever is used to incorporate this RNA, that can have the toxic effect to the recipient, and it is usually the temporary suppression of the genes. So it is not the permanent knockout of the gene, only the temporary suppression of the gene can wipe out the required RNA also. And the problems are in the site-specific delivery of this RNAi, and the immunogenic reaction to this double-stranded RNA also. And a lot of work has been done to overcome such challenges, such as extensive modification in case of to reduce the immunogenic reactions to the double-stranded RNA, so that the natural immunity system of the body does not degrade this double-stranded RNA, and inside administrations of this RNAi, and it can wipe out genome source to reduce the disadvantage of wiping the required RNA, and the use of the short hairpin RNA so to express it for the long term, and the lipid nanoparticle delivery to reduce the toxicity. And a lot of work has been also done in case of the plant, such as increase in the lycopene content in the tomato, increase in flavonoid and beta carotene also in tomato, and the reduce the allergic reactions through the use of these peanuts, and tearless tomato, decaffeinated coffee, lower glycemic levels in cotton seeds, so that it can be used for the consumption, as cotton seeds are very high in protein. And a lot of other work has been done in the lab conditions to produce different types of the plant products with the beneficial to the human beings, as such as early ripening tomato, longer shelf life of tomato, and the most exciting technological development in RNAi is the Smart Stacks Pro technology, which is to be launched in 2022, where the plant will be resistant against the corn rootworm. It's called the third generation's technology against the insect pest, where the corn will be developed resistant against this corn rootworm, as well as other BT technology is also used in this Smart Stacks Pro technology. As the corn rootworm infects the adult plant and root also, this technology is said to inhibit the growth of this corn rootworm through the RNAi technology. Whenever the plant whenever the insect eat the plant, then the certain protein formations in their body will be hampered, which is essential for their survival. This is how this technology is said to be resistant against the corn rootworm. And the great achievement for this RNAi technology is the FDA approved Onpattro. Onpattro was FDA approved in 2018, and it is used against hereditary transthyretin mediated amyloidosis. Here the modifications in the structures of the protein will form amyloid in the heart and the nerves, and various symptoms are seen. It is a very rare genetic disease with the survival rate of about 5 to 50 years after the diagnosis. So RNAi technology has been used to treat this diseases and has been successful. And another important achievement is the Gibbs-Larry. It is used for the acute hepatic porphyria and has a reduced level of the deuterotoxin, and the acute hepatic porphyria attacks is also low. Use of this RNAi technology. And another advancement is also the Oxlumo, which is used for the primary hyperoxaluria type 1, in which there is a high oxalate production in the body, and through the use of the RNA technology, this can be cured. There are a lot of work has been ongoing in the human therapeutic use, as well as in the in case of the plants for the disease resistance, insect resistance, stress tolerance, enhancing nutritional content in the plant. But what are the effects of the non-target organisms that coexist with the pest in the same environment is yet to be done, and long-term effect on the environment due to the cross-pollination is still to be known, and the influence of the RNAi transgenic crop on the environment, considering all stages of ecological cycle or food, is still to be known. Thank you.
Thank you, Pritika, for your excellent presentation. Could you put off your PowerPoint now for a while?
Okay, sir.
Now there are many people. So Pritika, thank you for your presentation. It was a very scholarly presentation. It was science-based. And sometimes we say that when we describe science, we have to convince our grandmother. Like what we have done in the science, we have to convince. If we can convince to our grandmother, if we can explain to our grandmother, then we are doing a good job. So this was more dedicated to people who are studying the core science of genetics and RNAi. RNAi had a big scope about 10 years back, but after the rise of CRISPR, RNAi is getting into shadow, but the work has not stopped anyway. And you took it back. It is an excellent work. Many people who left their holiday morning in the cold, warm bed. Welcome to all the participants. If you have any questions or suggestions to Pritika Neupane, you may raise your hand. We can discuss in English or Nepali, that's no problem. So anyone who would like to add a comment to our speaker today? Okay, I think there should be some. May I request Raju sir, you have been listening from the beginning.
हैन प्रेजेन्टेसन धेरै राम्रो गर्नुभयो म त यो विषयको एकदमै म जेनेटिक यो के भन्छ बायोटेक्नोलोजी बहुत कम बुझ्ने मान्छे
हजुर सर
तर कलिअलि कुरो बुझ्यो आरएनएआई भन्ने सुन्ने अब हामी पनि जस्तो हामी चाहिँ यहाँ के छ भने यो सिट्रस ग्रिनिङमा काम गर्दै गर्दाखेरि एकजना साइन्टिस्टले एउटा मिटिङमा भन्थे मलाई पैसा दियो भने म यो आरएनएआई प्रयोग गरेर म यो किरा र रोग म दुईटै कन्ट्रोल गर्छु भनेर धेरै पहिला भन्नुहुन्थ्यो अनि कसरी काम गर्छ यसले भने पहिलोचोटि सुने हामीले त्यो गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ यसले चाहिँ त्यही आरएनएमा इन्टरफेरेन्स गर्ने त्यसपछि यो किरा पनि बढ्न पाउँदैन त्यसपछि यो ब्याक्टेरिया पनि कन्ट्रोल गर्न सकिन्छ भन्नुहुन्थ्यो त्यस्तो लाइनमा काम गर्दै गर्नुभयो होला अनि आज दिउँसो यसो हेरेको यसको चाहिँ ह्युमन डिजिज कन्ट्रोल गर्ने कुराहरूमा धेरै ठाउँमा खास गरेर भाइरल डिजिजलाई बढी युज गर्ने भनेर भन्दो रहेछ यसले यो बाहेक अरू ब्याक्टेरियल डिजिजमा केही गर्ने गरे केही अहिलेसम्म छ प्रीतिका बहिनी यसमा
हजुर सर
ब्याक्टेरियल डिजिज कन्ट्रोलको उसमा चाहिँ केही काम भएको छ कि छैन धेरै जस्तो चाहिँ भाइरल डिजिजलाई कन्ट्रोल गर्ने भन्ने कुरो हुँदो रहेछ
युजुअली भाइरल डबल स्ट्रान्डेड आरएनएहरू हुन्छ नि त्यसको जेनेटिक मेटेरियल्सहरू अनि सो त्यो चाहिँ इफेक्टिभ हुन्छ मा चाहिँ अनि नेचुरल डिफेन्स हाम्रो सेलुलर मेकानिजममै त्यही छ अनि सो इट्स इजी सो भाइरलमा चाहिँ इफेक्टिभ देखेको?
हजुर, त्यो भाइरलमा बढी रिसर्च भए पनि अलिकति कम्पनीले फाइनेन्स भाइरस डिजिजमा बढी गरे पनि यो दुइटैमा गर्न मिल्छ सर। ब्याक्टेरिया पनि गर्छ, वर्म्सहरूमा पनि देखाएको छ नि अहिले प्रीतिकाले। वर्म्सहरूमा गर्नेमा इन्टरेक्सनमै गर्ने भन्ने भन्दाखेरि त्यो जहाँ जहाँ कुनै पनि कम्पाउन्ड प्रड्युस हुन्छ एट्याक गर्दाखेरि त्यहीबाट स्टडी गरेर दे क्यान डु इट। थियोरिटिकली इट इज पोसिबल। अब तर त्यो फिल्ड लेभलमा कति गरेको चाहिँ आइ एम नट अपडेटेड, तर इट्स पोसिबल। सबै इन्टरेक्सन इभन इन्सेक्टको लागि गरिरहेछन्।
त्यही भन्नुहुन्थ्यो यहाँ कि म यो चाहिँ आरएनए हालेपछि किरालाई जो चाहिँ बिरुवामा इन्जेक्सन गरे पनि हुन्छ, सोइल एप्लिकेसन गरे नि हुन्छ, स्प्रे गरे पनि हुन्छ,
स्प्रे गरे पनि हुन्छ
भनेर तिनै किसिमले एप्लाई गर्न सकिन्छ भन्नुहुन्थ्यो एउटा साइन्टिस्टले।
हजुर, यसको प्रब्लम चाहिँ त्यही हो सर। त्यसलाई कसरी भित्र इन्सर्ट गर्ने चाहिँ एकदम मेजर प्रब्लम हो। जस्तै देयर आर भेरियस मेथड, अनि त्यो टार्गेटमा नपुग्ने। जस्तै हामीले एउटा जिनलाई टार्गेट गरेको, त्यो टार्गेटमा नपुगेर अर्को जिनलाई गएर एट्याक गरिदिने, अर्को जिनसँग। किन त्यो एकदम छोटो फ्रेगमेन्ट भएकोले गर्दा, स्पेसली त्यो बिग अर्गानिजम्समा चाहिँ धेरै कपिज हुन्छ जिन, त्यो जहाँ गएर पनि बस्दिने भएकोले गर्दा एकदम साइट स्पेसिफिक चाहिँ भएको छैन यो। त्यो भएर लोवर केसेस, लोवर एनिमल्समा त रिसर्च गर्दा नि त्यति प्रब्लम भएन। अब हायर अर्गानिजम्स, लार्जर अर्गानिजम्समा चाहिँ अलिक बढी प्रब्लम हुन्छ।
त्यही हो, ल राम्रो छ।
हुन्छ। प्रीतिका, डु यु हेभ एनिथिङ एल्स? अरू कसैको केही छ यसो क्वेसनहरू? हात उठाइदिनु होला। इट वाज ब्रिफ, भेरी इन्फर्मेटिभ।
थोरै क्वेसन छ है, म पनि बिचबाट आएँ सर। नमस्कार है सबैलाई, नमस्ते।
हिमाल सर, हजुर भन्नुहोस् त सर। हजुर क्वेसन सजेसन के छ?
सुन्नु भएको छ?
सुन्दैछु सर।
जस्तो हाम्रोमा नि यो आरएनए युज गरेर त्यसरी कन्ट्रोल गर्ने हाम्रोमा त्यस्तो प्र्याक्टिस गरेको केही छ र होइन सर? हुन त बाहिर अब बिस्तारै यो आरएनए पनि माथि गएर चाहिँ क्रिस्पर-क्यास9हरू युज गर्न थालेको देखिन्छ।
हजुर।
अनि त्यो एप्लिकेसनको प्रोसेस अनि अलिकन जस्तो भाइरस डिजिजको कुरा त भयो, अरू अघि सरले भने जस्तै अरू डिजिजको पनि हाम्रोमा त ब्याक्टेरियल डिजिज अरूहरूको पनि एकदम प्रब्लम छ, अरू क्रप्समा पनि। त्यस्तो थ्योरी त एकातिर भइहाल्यो, यसको एप्लिकेसन्सको, यसको युजको कुराहरू अनवान्टेड साइलेन्स गरेर टार्गेटमा चाहिँ हामीले यसबाट काम गर्ने भन्ने कुरा। हाम्रोमा यसमा त्यस्तो भएको केही छ अथवा त्यसको एप्लिकेसन प्रोसेस केही मलाई जान्ने मन लाग्यो। म पनि त्यति धेरै यो मोलिकुलर बायोलोजी जेनेटिक्सको त्यति धेरै छैन एक्सपिरियन्स।
हजुर, नेपालको कन्टेक्स्टमा भन्नुभएको?
हजुर हजुर सर, हजुर।
नेपालको कन्टेक्स्टमा त सर यो जेनेटिकली मोडिफिकेसन भनेपछि त एकदमै लो लिट्रेसी छ सर, अवेरनेस पनि एकदम कम छ। अनि यो त गर्नुहुन्न भन्ने छ जेनरल कन्सेप्ट, अनि त्यो एप्रोच चाहिँ पुगिरहेको छैन त्यसमा।
अनि यो आरएनएलाई जिएमओ भित्र पर्छ कि पर्दैन होला यो त, हैन र?
पर्छ सर। यसको मेजर डिसएडभान्टेज कन्ट्रोभर्सी भनेकै त्यो जेनेटिकली मोडिफाइड हो, सेगमेन्ट अफ द जिनै इन्सर्ट गर्ने त्यसमा।
अनि तर यो पर्मानेन्ट हुँदैन नि, हैन? त्यो पछि त चाहिँ डिजल्भ भएर गइहाल्छ। त्यसले गर्दाखेरि यसको अब थाहा छैन कुन कुन देशले कसरी डिफाइन गरेको छ। यहाँ हामीलाई भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ यो जिएमओ भन्नेमा पर्दैन, जसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ जिएमओ एन्टी जिएमओ वालाहरूसँग त्यति चाहिँ तकलिफ हुँदैन हामीलाई भन्थ्यो यहाँ त।
हो, एकदम हजुरले भनेको एकदम सही कुरा। जस्तै यो जसले गर्छ उहाँहरूलाई चाहिँ थाहा छ यो जेनेटिक मोडिफिकेसन होइन, एउटा सर्ट टर्म जतिखेर एक्सप्रेस हुन्छ नि, एक्सप्रेस हुने ठाउँमा टाइममा मात्रै त्यसले काम गर्छ, अरू बेला गर्दैन, त्यसले असर गर्दैन। त्यसको त्यो जुन जिन हालेको हुन्छ त्यो सानो सेगमेन्ट, त्यो कतिखेर एक्सप्रेस हुन्छ त्यो होस्टमा, त्यतिखेर मात्रै त्यसले रियाक्ट गर्ने हो। त्यसैले गर्दा यो यसमा काम गर्नेहरूले चाहिँ इट इज नट जेनेटिकली मोडिफिकेसन भन्छन्, तर अरू मान्छेहरू चाहिँ एभ्रिथिङ बायोलोजी त्यो ल्याबमा काम गरे जति जेनेटिक्स के अरे जेनेटिकली मोडिफाइड भनेर ब्ल्याङ्केटमा राखिदिएको छन् कि अप्रोच। त्यसो गर्दा वी क्यानट कन्भिन्स, त्यहाँ गएर बिचमा यो होइन भनेर त्यो ग्रे लाइनै देखाउन सकिन्न।
एउटा त त्यो मिसइन्फर्मेसन सबभन्दा ठुलो समस्या हो। अनिखेरि अब एक किसिमले जेनेटिक मोडिफिकेसन त हाइब्रिडाइजेसन पनि जेनेटिक मोडिफिकेसन हो नि, त्यसरी भन्ने हो भने त।
त्यो त मेजरै थियो नि
होइन अब नेचुरल भएको दुईटालाई ल्याएर हाइब्रिड गरेर नयाँ चाहिँ जिनोटाइप निकालेपछि जेनेटिकली मोडिफाइड प्लान्ट त त्यो पनि भइहाल्यो नि
हजुर हजुर
होइन त्यो चाहिँ
हजुर
अब तैँले अब यहाँ त्यहाँ अब मैले त त्यति अरू बुझिनँ होइन उहाँले भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यति लङ लिभ्ड हुँदैन सर्ट लिभ्ड हुन्छ यो मोलिक्युलहरू त्यसले गर्दाखेरि एन्टाइजिएमओ ग्रुपसँग चाहिँ त्यति समस्या हुँदैन भन्ने कुरा भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ यो अब यसलाई चाहिँ एक्सक्लुड गरिएको छ कि भन्ने सोचेँ मैले
ए हजुर त्यो ग्रुपहरू एक्टिभ छ सर उहाँले त्यो ल्याबमा काम गरेको केहीलाई पनि एक्सेप्ट गर्दैनन् हुन्छ सर इमाल सर हजुरको अरू केही क्वेरिजहरू थियो हजुरको अरू केही क्वेरिजहरू छ कि
ठिक छ सर अब त्यही जिएमओको कुरामा त ठुलो डिबेट एउटा एथिकल इस्यु पोलिटिकल इस्यु यसमा त कन्भिन्स गर्ने कुरा पहिले बुझाउनै अब कन्भिन्सिङ गराउने कुरा नै रह्यो क्या अब यो त बडो अप्ठ्यारो रहेछ इजरायलमा रहँदा पनि हाम्रो बायोटेक्नोलोजी पढाउने सरसँग 2 दिन जस्तो डिस्कसन पर्यो अनि पछि म यो सक्दैन तपाईँहरूलाई कन्भिन्स गर्न भनेर मैले त्यो टपिकै छोडिदिनु भएको थियो होइन प्रोफेसर अहिले अल्टमान भन्ने सरसँग बायोटेक्नोलोजीको चाहिँ पायोनियर नै हो अब ठिक छ सर अरू त्यस्तो छैन मेरो क्वेसन्स कमेन्ट म बिचमा पनि आएँ जे होस् एकदम राम्रो थियो प्रेजेन्टेसन कति कुरा रि पनि भयो धन्यवाद हाम्रो प्रेजेन्टर पृथ्विका नेउपानेलाई अनि अलिक मर्निङ 7 भएर पनि पार्टिसिपेन्ट अलिकन चिसोले गर्दाखेरि हामीले अलिकन टाइममा रिथिङ्क गर्नुपर्छ है गएन सर भन्ने लागेको छ मलाई त अबको प्रोग्राममा
हजुरले सही भन्नुभयो अब अलिक लेट गर्दाखेरि नि छ त्यो दिनै बित्छ 10 बजी राख्यो भने होल डे 10 देखि हामी 12-1 बजी
होइन मेरो सजेसन मात्रै कस्तो भने 7 नभएर 7:30 अथवा 8 भयो भने अलिक सजिलो हुन्छ कि
त्यही भएर हामीले अलिकति बढी चाहिँ यो अब यसपछि रेकर्ड गरेर राख्छौँ जो इन्ट्रेस्टेड हुनुहुन्छ फेरि हाम्रो विषयहरू एकदम कम मान्छे इन्ट्रेस्टेड छन् नि अलिकति यही डिबेट हुने जेनेटिकली मोडिफाइड अर्गानिजम्सको कुरा आयो भने चाहिँ अलिक बढी चासो आउने अनि पोलिटिकल भयो भने अझै बढी कुरा आउने त्यस्तो छ अब यो कोर सब्जेक्ट हुँदाखेरि अलिकति विषयगतै हुन्छ ल ठिकै छ सर यसमा अब एउटा दुईटा गरौँ यसपटकलाई अनि त्यसपछि चाहिँ विल केही समयपछि विल वेट अलिकति ग्याप गर्न राजु सर हजुरले के प्रेजेन्टेसन गर्न प्लान गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ
विचार सब गरिरहेको छु त के तयारी सुरु गरेको छैन मैले अझै यसो अलिअलि पढ्दैछु म त्यो बारेमा
हुन्छ सर हजुरलाई मार्च अप्रिलतिर एकपटक
हुन्छ
मार्च अप्रिलतिर रिक्वेस्ट गर्नु अरू पनि जो यहाँ पार्टिसिपेन्ट हुनुहुन्छ हजुरको प्रेजेन्टेसन छ भने हाम्रो हिमाल सरले पनि प्रेजेन्ट गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ वान अफ द विक्स अब आउने हप्तामा ल हुन्छ यति भन्दै
इन जेनरल पोट्याटोको चाहिँ डिस्कसन गर्छौँ आउने विकमा भन्ने तयारी गर्दैछौँ
हजुर
यसमा काम गरिरहेको हुनाले प्र्याक्टिकल एक्सपिरियन्सको कुराहरू
हजुर
अनि के भइराखेको छ के गर्दैछौँ भोलि कसरी जान सकिन्छ भन्ने हिसाबले एज अ इन्फर्मेटिभ टाइपको
हुन्छ पोट्याटोमा अलिक बढी होला पार्टिसिपेसन हुन्छ सबैलाई धन्यवाद दिँदै प्रीतिका अरू हजुरको केही छ अन्तिममा क्लोजिङ भने क्लोजिङ गरिदिनुहोस्
त्यस्तो त केही छैन तर त्यो आरएनएआईको चाहिँ त्यो डिग्रेड हुन्छ भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ मैले कतै कतै लिटरेचरमा के पनि पढेको थिएँ भन्दाखेरि त्यो एमआरएनए चाहिँ कुनै डिग्रेड नभएको केसमा चाहिँ फेरि युज भएर चाहिँ फेरि आरएनएआई पाथवेमा जाने र चाहिँ लङ टर्मसम्म चाहिँ लिभिङ अर्गानिजम भित्र चाहिँ रहेर चाहिँ काम गर्ने अनि त्यो सी एलिगेन्समा गर्दाखेरि पनि प्यारेन्टमा गरेको क्यारेक्टर चाहिँ अफ स्प्रिङबाट पनि ट्रान्सफर भएको कि भन्ने कुरा पनि पढेको थिएँ होइन सो त्यसले पछिको जेनेरेसनमा पनि त्यसरी ट्रान्सफर हुन्छ भने त्यसपछि एउटा स्टडीमा मैले के पनि पढेको थिएँ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यो विदिन दिस इन्भाइरोमेन्ट हुने उसमा पनि इन्फेक्ट गरेको इन्सेक्टमा पनि त्यो आरएनएआई पाएको भन्ने स्टडी थियो होइन एउटा पेपर अनि त्यसरी अर्को एनिमलमा पनि यसरी ट्रान्सफर भएछ भने यसको चाहिँ अब होइन स्टेबिलिटीको कुरा अरू कुराहरू चाहिँ कतिको अथेन्टिक छ होइन यसको लङ टर्म इफेक्ट के हो अझसम्म राम्ररी थाहा छैन भन्ने कुराहरू पनि थियो सर त्यसमा अब त्यो
अनि त्यो लङ टर्म इफेक्ट त अब त्यो हाम्रो छोटो एक्सपेरिमेन्टले थाहा हुन्न धेरै वर्ष स्टडी गर्नुपर्छ अब यो भेरिएसन छ त्यो आरएनए सर्ट आरएनए siRNA अब तिनीहरू चाहिँ अलिकति सर्ट लिभ नै हुन्छ त्यसको पनि त्यो लेन्थ अनुसार कति छ अनि त्यो होस्टले कतिको एक्सेप्ट गर्छ भन्ने पनि हुन्छ होस्टसँग इन्टिग्रेट भयो भने इट पासेस अन इन्टिग्रेट भयो भने त्यो सुरुमा पनि काम नगर्न सक्छ हुन्छ एकदम डिस्कसन गराइदिनु भयो न्यू फिल्ड फर मेनी पिपल अब आज हामी पार्टिसिपेसन कम भए पनि वी होप अदर पिपल हु आर इन्ट्रेस्टेड विल भिजिट आवर भिडियोज एन्ड दे विल लर्न फ्रम अस थ्याङ्क यू भेरी मच बिहान बिहानै उठेर जाडोमा प्रेजेन्टेसन हजुरको नलेज सेयर गरिदिनु भयो प्रीतिकालाई र अल पिपल हु आर प्रेजेन्ट एज अडियन्स थ्याङ्क यू भेरी मच विल कन्टिन्यू the program in future for a couple of weeks to go.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm record off one.